Stephanie Arnie?
She used to work at the Wild Animal Park?
No, that wasn't Stephanie Arnie. Who else is Stephanie that we know at the Wild Animal Park?
That would be Stephanie, but she doesn't work.
It was a long time. They're so cute.
So Wesley, whenever he comes out here, he gets like all like he poofs himself up, which is funny.
I got to
But
pet
as
it.
Wesley, he's a little bit bigger. His head's bigger.
bit deeper
I can see that. And you'll see from behavior, he's the one that generally will climb up into your lap. But as you guys pet them, you can feel that they've got really short, bristly fur. It's pretty sparse, and it almost has like a waxy or oily feel to it. And the reason
like, I
why
haven't
they
had my
have
coffee
that,
yet.
here comes Wesley, is because they live in forested areas near waterways as well. And they are a fairly aquatic animal. They can swim, but they're pretty solid little creatures, and they don't really have very webbed feet. So I don't think that they'd be able to stay on the surface of the water for very long. So, no, we think that that's
Or is he Asian? I don't know.
contentment. They like the food.
Oh my god.
But these guys, their swimming technique is more let's jump in and sink to the bottom of the river, and we'll walk on the bottom like a hippopotamus does.
Really? These guys will? They can walk on the bottom of a river.
I have nothing.
Yeah, it's right to the bottom. They're like a little torpedo, just like.
Oh no.
It's amazing.
Bite the smaller thing.
How do they do that? Are they just super dense?
They're super dense. I think it would be difficult for them to stay on the surface of the water.
Thank you. Doesn't clean up after
Yeah, no, they make a big mess.
That's a fact.
But they are really good at shelling the peanuts.
Yeah, I was looking at that. Sorry, there's
Up here, let me give you a couple more. There you go.
He's like,
Just fun. There you go.
It's muddy.
I don't have anything. I'm sorry.
It's like, I know there's one more peanut.
It's muddy. Probably mud.
Oh, you had the right idea. You have the last peanut. Oh no, look, they're distributing more.
One more.
Thank you.
Okay. It's not on my lap again, right?
Oh, look at him shell the peanut. He just like chews around it and then he like licks it up.
Yep.
So in the wild, they're going to eat ripe fruit and nuts that have fallen from the trees and lying on the ground. They have the capability of breaking open Brazil nuts. They've got very, very strong jaws and teeth. And they always amaze me with how gently they take the treats from you guys. Now, every once in a while, I'm not sure if they've done it yet with you guys, but they have these like little bursts of crazy energy. A lot like a baby goat.
Mr. Peanut.
Where they do like these crazy jumps and wiggles.
Turbo.
Zoomies.
Yeah.
I'm looking for. I don't get anything.
Oh, Michael, you should do sleight of hand on him.
I got two.
Oh, he's so gentle. Which one is Wesley?
This one.
Their
Wait.
jaws are like webbed. Like
Yes.
it's like a web.
They have a really big jaw, but then they have this big piece of skin that
Yeah.
they really can't open their mouth very wide.
That or something.
Hey, buddy.
Wait, which one is Wesley? Did they switch?
You want me to get you?
That one's what?
That one's
The
Wesley.
bigger
yeah.
ones, Wesley?
Yeah.
I got nothing. I'm sorry.
It's hard to tell now. What an ego used to be smaller, but he's caught up.
Wesley has a little bee on between his eyes.
Yeah, he has a bigger head.
I got a grape down here.
So I talked about how these guys have
Totally Asian, bro.
baby deer markings on them, and the reason they have those markings are for the same reason that a baby deer has them. It's really good camouflage or protective coloration in the environment that they live, which, like I said before, is a forested environment. In that area, you're gonna have lots of dappled sunlight coming down through the leaves and making polka dots of light on the forest floor. So these markings are mimicking those polka dots of light on the floor, on the forest floor.
Where are they from?
You're gonna find them in Central and South America.
Oh, okay.
See, I was thinking we would use the cart for Kiki.
Yeah, but I was supposed to use
You were,
babies.
You're way too efficient,
you were the
my friend.
Paka King right
Which
there.
one? Is that?
Babies.
Oh.
Brittany, oh,
Yeah.
okay, you got the cart?
And the one that's
Oh.
in this cage right here.
Kiki in there?
That is a Eurasian eagle owl.
Yeah.
I thought we were
I got
using
a
babies
cake for you.
next.
Oh, you know, I think this the
It's
delay
okay.
of the sun.
Sorry,
is-
Then we'll do
Yeah.
Kiki and then we'll do the babies.
Okay. I'm totally just in routine of, oh wait, we're using the gator now, or
What happened to being happy with
sorry.
scratches?
That's okay.
Usually it's when you run out of treats.
Oh,
Wow. That was awesome.
Their feet are so big.
Now these guys, he loves the belly.
Oh.
Sometimes he groans a little bit.
Well, that's
That's
it
an
is,
ego.
yeah. And Ego usually doesn't hold still to have his belly rubbed. So that's good. Found something he likes. He likes to be scratched under his chin, like
Oh.
here.
Oh.
There's sides right there.
It's funny how they all have like their spots.
Mhm.
Wow.
Loves it.
Alright, my turn. This is like we're switching off here.
That's
You
my
get
shoe.
one, I get one. No one-way road here. Everyone works.
Yeah.
He's so
So
bristly.
these guys also have a really interesting
Yeah.
survival technique. We
you
have discovered that they have really, really thin skin that tears very easily. Underneath that layer of skin is a layer of fat that when their skin does tear, they don't really bleed very much.
He's like, what?
We
I know it's there.
suspect, and we say we suspect because there's really not a lot of information out there about Paka, not a lot of written scientific information, but it
Mostly
makes
recipes.
sense. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It makes sense that these guys live in the same environment as the giant anaconda, so most likely the giant anaconda will be one of its primary predators.
Wow.
Think about a snake that eats a mouse. Same process, except we're on a bigger scale. So a giant anaconda is going to strike out and grab a hold of the Paka with its mouth, with its very sharp but short teeth, with its intention of pulling it in towards its body so he could wrap its coils around it and constrict it so that he could then consume it. These guys, if they can do that wiggly motion and their skin tears and they can get out of the grasp of the snake's mouth before he gets his coils around him, he most likely is going to be able to survive that attack.
Huh.
It's not, I heard it.
Can I come here?
You have the touch.
Hi. Right here.
Just look.
What's that?
There you go.
Right here.
Hi.
It's not unusual for other animals to do something similar. If you think about lizards, they drop their tails to get away from predators. I think gerbils or jerboas did the same kind of scenario.
Really curious what the animal that sounds like a baby screaming is.
The noise up on the hill, those are otters.
Oh,
Those are the otters?
Like
oh.
crying sound.
They are very, very vocal animals.
Yeah, they are.
In the mornings, when that's usually when all of our volunteers are here, so there's a lot of activity in and around the cages up there right at the moment. Plus, they can hear us down here. They know that today we're going into the pool, so a lot of that is them saying, "Pick me! I want to go swimming today."
Nice.
They know they have an audience. When we don't have people here in the afternoon, you don't hear the otters.
Nice. That's great.
Huh.
How many otters do you have, and how many of them get to come play?
To answer your question, that's Kookaburra. And to answer your question, right now we have 30 otters. 5 of them are new babies that were born about 3 weeks ago. They're with their parents. We don't bother them when they're this young. They're just, every once in a while Kevin will peek in to make sure they're still doing okay. But that's it. We leave them alone, let them do their thing. The other 25 otters, they're divided up into 7 total groups. 2 of the groups are breeding groups of otters, so they're not ones that we bring down to swim because you've got intact males, and they're not necessarily going to want to be as friendly in the pool towards people. And then the rest of the groups that we have the rest of the animals are divided up into 5 groups. One of those groups are 2 brothers that have decided they don't want to swim, but they're going to be okay because we're building an otter playground, which will be another program that we offer. So they'll be able to go do that instead of the swimming part. But then the rest, the 4 that are left, We rotate those groups on a weekly basis. We have between 3 and 4 programs a week, usually 3 unless we have Make-A-Wish, and then it's 4. That next week it'll be 4. And we rotate the groups. So each group of otters gets to swim in the big pool about once a week. We do that on purpose because we don't want it to become something that's boring or they consider work. We want it to always be something fun and novel and something that they want to do. Again, it's all based on whether or not they want to do it.